Michael Carter had found a way to help his family, but it wasn't enough. Watching Sonia struggle, his children go hungry, and his parents grow weaker filled his soul with torment. Sonia sat at the kitchen table, staring at a mountain of overdue bills. Her hands trembled as she held a final notice from the bank. The farm was on the verge of foreclosure. Tears streamed down Sonia's face. She clutched her wedding ring, whispering, "Michael, what do I do?" She didn't expect an answer. But Michael was right there, watching. Michael knew small donations from strangers wouldn't be enough. He needed big money. And then he remembered Las Vegas, the casinos, the wealth. A new plan formed in his mind. Determined, Michael stepped forward, surrounding Sonia with his ghostly energy. A chill crept through her body, her skin prickled with goosebumps, then, suddenly, he pushed into her. Sonia shuddered violently, her vision blurred, her breath hitched. For a moment, she felt as if she were watching herself from the outside. Then, clarity. Michael was inside her. Michael, now in control of Sonia, stood up. His heart raced with excitement. With her body, he could go to Vegas, win big, and save the farm. He grabbed a bag, took what little money they had left, and stepped out into the night. Driving down the desert highway, Sonia's hands gripped the steering wheel tightly. The neon lights of Vegas flickered in the distance like a beacon of hope, or a warning. As she entered Las Vegas, the streets were alive with noise and flashing lights. Tourists laughed, gamblers drank, and Michael felt more alive than he had since dying. Michael guided Sonia toward a grand casino, filled with the scent of cigars, alcohol, and desperation. Slot machines chimed, dice rolled, and fortunes were made and lost. Sonia sat at a roulette table, sliding a few bills onto the table. The wheel spun. The ball bounced. Michael focused. The ball landed exactly where he wanted. They won. Hand after hand, bet after bet, Sonia won every time. The dealer raised an eyebrow. Gamblers gathered to watch. Her stack of chips grew taller and taller. Michael felt unstoppable. As the winnings piled up, Michael felt something shift. The casino grew quieter, the air colder. A strange presence filled the room. A new dealer took the seat. He was tall, thin, unnaturally pale, his black suit flawless. His eyes were deep and endless. His smile was wrong. The dealer placed a deck of cards on the table and spoke, "Shall we play, for something more?" His voice was silk and shadows, smooth yet deadly. Michael felt a cold dread seep into him. Sonia, still controlled by Michael, hesitated. But the dealer spread the cards, waiting. Michael felt a pull toward the table, a force he couldn't resist. He placed his bet. The cards were dealt, and Michael felt something strange. The air around them thickened, dark energy crackling beneath the surface. The dealer's smile widened. Michael held a perfect hand. It was too perfect. He knew something was wrong. The dealer placed his cards down. He also had a perfect hand. A shiver ran through Sonia's body. The dealer leaned forward. "You're playing for money. But I am playing for souls." Michael froze. Sonia's reflection in the glass looked twisted, wrong. Michael tried to stand, to leave, but he couldn't. The dealer chuckled. "Leaving already? But you haven't played my favorite game yet." The cards reshuffled themselves. Michael felt cold hands gripping him from within. He wasn't just gambling for money anymore. The casino had become something else. A trap. Michael glanced around. The casino wasn't full of gamblers anymore. They were watching him. Their faces were pale, sunken. Their eyes black voids. Ghosts. Michael had made a grave mistake. This wasn't just about saving his family. Something had lured him here. Something had been watching. Waiting. The dealer spread one final hand. "One last game," he said. his voice like a graveyard wind. Winner takes all. Michael knew the cost. But could he walk away? The chips sat in towering stacks before him. Enough to save the farm, feed his children, erase every debt. If he won, his family would never suffer again. But if he lost? The dealer smiled wider, revealing razor-sharp teeth. His fingers were too long, his nails too sharp. Michael was gambling with something inhuman. The casino clock hit 12, and the lights dimmed. The room faded, the walls warped. Michael wasn't in Las Vegas anymore. Michael clutched the cards in his hands. He had come here to save his family. But had he brought them into danger instead? The dealer laughed softly. Make your choice, Michael Carter. His name echoed, as if spoken from deep within a grave. Michael's hands shook. He could feel Sonia's body growing weaker. Was this the cost of trying to help? Michael took a deep breath. Then, he flipped his final card. The room went silent. The dealer smiled. Michael knew, before the words were spoken, that something had gone horribly, horribly wrong.